Hello all the tech geeks, this is Swapnil from TechLance, and let's see what's the difference between 32-bit and 64-bit computing. So 32 bits and 64 bits. What are these bits? So actually your computer completely runs on the binary number system, that is 0 and 1, on and off. So actually every thing that you type on your computer, every function that is being performed on your computer is decoded using a compiler that is there in your computer into zeros and ones. So like the word hello, if you type, that gets compiled into series of zeros and ones like 0, 0, 1, 1, 1, 1, 0, 0. So a series of zeros and ones perform all the tasks on your computer. So 1, 0 or 1, 1 is a bit, and 32 bits and 64 bits. So whenever if your computer is running on a 32-bit architecture, it means that your computer can only handle RAM up to 4 GB. And it's not only the case of computer, it's also the case of smartphones or any computer technology. So a 32-bit architecture system can only handle RAM up to 4 GB. Theoretically. I mentioned the word theoretically because if we go to the practical life, you will see that if you use 4 GB RAM with a 32-bit architecture system, you cannot use that complete 4 GB memory. Some of the memory will not be usable. It will go waste. This means that you are limited up to some sort of tasks, but some are thinking that 4 GB, my god, that's very much for even a computer or even a smartphone. Yes, you might be right, but like all those people who do lots of professional stuff like video editing, and also our operating systems are getting bigger and bigger day by day. Let's move to smartphones. Android is in itself a heavy operating system that and you need to keep in mind that the whole operating system also runs onto that available RAM only, and Android is in itself a heavy operating system. And how many devices have you seen with stock Android? Only one, that is the Nexus line. The Nexus lineup only runs stock Android, and after that we have Samsung devices, the most famous, the TouchWiz user interface. We have Xiaomi, which is running the MIUI. We have OnePlus One, it is running on the CyanogenMod platform. So all these are custom ROMs with some sort of tweaking or some sort of new user interface on top of it. So that also requires RAM. iOS, for example, has one cool feature: when you tilt your phone, the wallpaper also moves with it. So that also happens through your RAM only. Actually RAM intensive work is there when there is graphics. All the graphics intensive tasks need RAM. So best example are games, and the game developers are doing a great job developing the games, and the more and more developing are the games, we need more and more RAM. So you probably are thinking I was talking about operating systems, so where from the heck the game came. So actually if I told you that iOS thing, it is also a 3D immersive thing only. Android L, material design. There are a lot of animations all over the user interface. Everything is happening through the RAM or the GPU. So we need memory from where all these things can happen, or simply your computer or your smartphone will start lagging, hanging, and all sort of problems, jitters will be there. So what's the solution? The solution is 64-bit architecture. So 64-bit architecture is that architecture which can handle RAM more than 4 GB. And when we calculate it, probably goes up to 12,800 gigs of memory. So that's a lot, a heck lot. So only 64-bit is not all about RAM. The softwares that are running on 64-bit architecture perform a lot good than 32-bit architecture. And 64-bit in a 64-bit operating system, 32-bit programs can also run. So that's a plus point. And in IFA 2014, we have some phones like the Desire 820, the Lenovo Vibe X2. These phones are running on 64-bit processors. So you probably are thinking that these might be the hottest products right now because they are obviously going to have 4 gigs or more RAM. But no, they are mid-tier phones. Like the Desire 820 is having a 2 GB of RAM, and I don't remember what's the RAM on the Lenovo Vibe X2. But yes, we need hardware and software both for 64-bit architecture. So for computers on 2003 only we had these hardware, that is the 64-bit processors, and now we have 64-bit processors for smartphones also. The Desire 820 is running on the Snapdragon 610, which is a 64-bit processor, and it's running on Android KitKat, but Android KitKat is actually not a 64-bit operating system, so right now it's not taking advantage of that 64-bit hardware. Android L, when finally comes out, the Android L has support for 64-bit architecture. So after that, the phones might start taking advantage of that. And from Windows 7 only, we had the option for 32-bit and 64-bit. So this was it, and this is actually the main difference between 32-bit and 64-bit is the RAM, and also the softwares that are running on 64-bit architecture are quite good and perform a lot better than 32-bit architecture. So this was it. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up, please comment your thoughts below and subscribe to this channel. This was Swapnil from TechLove 7H.